Not to mean that she doesn't honor him as the head of their household and their family. We're not talking about that necessarily. We're not talking about that. But as a thinking individual is what I took from it. Okay, so Caesarea obviously did not know Jael. Okay, so clearly she saw the wickedness, okay, of the Canaanite oppression in the land, and likely she also saw that she had a choice that was right before her. Okay, either she could aid this wicked man, or she could throw in her lot with Jehovah and strike a blow against this enemy of his people. Okay, but what could she do? What could she do? How could a woman, okay, this is going back to gender, of course, how could a woman vanquish such a powerful, battle-hardened warrior? Now, Jael had to think fast, okay? So she offered Caesarea a place to rest. He ordered her, guys, to conceal his presence from any man who might come looking for him. She covered him when he lay down, and when he asked for water, she gave him creamy milk. Now soon Caesarea sank into a very deep sleep, and Jael then took a pair of household implements that tent-dwelling women used often and very skillfully. It was a tent pin and a mallet. Crouching near Caesarea's head, she now faced the terrifying task of acting as an executioner for Jehovah. Even an instant of uncertainty or hesitation could have meant disaster. Did she think of God's people and of how this man had brutalized them for decades? Or did she think of the privilege of taking her stand for Jehovah? Now, the record actually does not show or say what her mindset was, what she was actually thinking. Okay, but we're going to find out what she actually did. Okay, we know only that the deed was soon done. Caesarea was dead, and this particular account is also, like I said, at Judges 4:18 through 21 and Judges 5:24 through 27. Now later, Barak came in search of his quarry. When Jael showed him the corpse with the tent pin through the temple, he knew that Deborah's prophecy had actually come true. So she's a leader as well as a prophetess, okay? And actually a judge of sorts, okay? Ordained by, obviously, Jehovah God. So a woman had actually killed the mighty warrior Caesarea. Now, modern day critics and skeptics have called Jael all manner of vile names, but Barak and Deborah knew better. So in their song, they were inspired to raise Jael as most blessed of women for her courageous deed. That took a lot of courage, okay, to stand up and step up and stand in what she believed in, and to actually be active and present in against this oppression that he was doing, okay, that they were doing to Jehovah's people. So also note the generosity of Deborah's spirit. She did not begrudge Jael such praise. Rather, she cared only that Jehovah's word had come true. Okay, focus. When Caesarea gone, okay, with him gone, King Jabin's power was broken, and the Canaanite oppression was over at last. Peace prevailed for 40 years. How blessed were Deborah, Barak, and Jael for putting faith in Jehovah God. Now, if we imitate the faith of Deborah, boldly taking our stand for Jehovah and encouraging others to do the same, Jehovah will bless us with victories and lasting peace.
Judges 5. On that day, Deborah and Barak, son of Abinoam, sang this song. When the princes in Israel take the lead, when the people willingly offer themselves, praise the Lord. Hear this, you kings. Listen, you rulers. I, even I, will sing to the Lord. I will praise the Lord, the God of Israel, in song. When you, Lord, went out from Seir, when you marched from the land of Edom, the earth shook, the heavens poured, the clouds poured down water, the mountains quaked before the Lord, the one of Sinai, before the Lord, the God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were abandoned. Travelers took to winding paths. Villagers in Israel would not fight. They held back until I, Deborah, arose, until I arose, a mother in Israel. God chose new leaders. When war came to the city gates, but not a shield or spear was seen among 40,000 in Israel. My heart is with Israel's princes, with the willing volunteers among the people. Praise the Lord. You who ride on white donkeys, sitting on your saddle blankets, and you who walk along the road, consider the voice of the singers at the watering places. They recite the victories of the Lord, the victories of his villagers in Israel. Then the people of the Lord went down to the city gates. Wake up, Deborah. Wake up, break out in song. Arise, Barak. Take captive your captives, son of Abinoam. The remnant of the nobles came down. The people of the Lord came down to me against the mighty. Some came from Ephraim, whose roots were in Amalek. Benjamin was with the people who followed you. From Machir, captains came down. From Zebulun, those who bear a commander's staff. The princes of Issachar were with Deborah. Yes, Issachar was with Barak, sent under his command into the valley. In the districts of Reuben, there was much searching of heart. Why did you stay among the sheep pens to hear the whistling for the flocks? In the districts of Reuben, there was much searching of heart. Gilead stayed beyond the Jordan, and Dan, why did he linger by the ships? Asher remained on the coast and stayed in his coves. The people of Zebulun risked their very lives. So did Naphtali on the terraced fields. Kings came, they fought. The kings of Canaan fought. At Tanakh, by the waters of Megiddo, they took no plunder of silver. From the heavens the stars fought. From their courses they fought against Sisera. The river Kishon swept them away. The age-old river, the river Kishon. March on, my soul, be strong. Then thundered the horses' hooves. Galloping, galloping go his mighty steeds. Curse Meroz, said the angel of the Lord. Curse its people bitterly, because they did not come to help the Lord against the mighty. Most blessed of women be Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, most blessed of tent-dwelling women. He asked for water, and she gave him milk. In a bowl fit for nobles, she brought him curdled milk. Her hand reached for the tent peg, her right hand for the workman's hammer. She struck Sisera, she crushed his head, she shattered and pierced his temple. At her feet he sank, he fell, there he lay. At her feet he sank, he fell. Where he sank, there he fell, dead. Through the window peered Sisera's mother. Behind the lattice she cried out, Why is his chariot so long in coming? Why is the clatter of his chariots delayed? The wisest of her ladies answer her, Indeed, she keeps saying to herself, Are they not finding and dividing the spoils? A woman or two for each man? Colorful garments as plunder for Sisera? Colorful garments embroidered, highly embroidered garments for my neck? All this as plunder? So may all your enemies perish, Lord. But may all who love you be like the sun when it rises in its strength. Then the land had peace 40 years.
You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. We invite you to stay connected with us on our other social media platforms: TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, and now Rumble. You can also leave us feedback in 3 ways: in the Interact features section on the Spotify app, voice messages to the podcast through our customized link, or at teachablemomentswithapril@gmail.com.